Crown seems unwilling to have the issue as to whether the failure to publish the notice of intention to publish the proclamation in two major daily newspapers in the province of Quebec be part of Rule 474 proceeding or a stated case under Rule 475. I am not prepared in the circumstances of this case to dictate what questions should be determined and what facts shall constitute the case. In my opinion, because of the stubbornness of both sides and their failure to agree on essential matters, it is not expedient to direct the setting down of a question of law pursuant to Rule 474. I exercise my discretion against the defendant applicant.
Monsieur Vautour, si vous apportiez le gouvernement en cours, de quoi vous allez l'accuser? Concrètement, qu'est-ce que vous allez lui dire au gouvernement? De quoi vous allez l'accuser?
On va l'accuser des actes criminels qui ont été faits.
Quel acte criminel?
Absolument. Des actes criminels.
Lesquels? Ceux qui ont été faits à votre famille dans les années 70?
Ceux qui ont été faits à ma famille en 1976, parce que c'est qui nous avons sortis de chez nous, qui avons pris charge de nos propriétés.
Monsieur Vautour, ça fait plus de 30 ans déjà. Pourquoi continuer de vous battre comme ça?
Pourquoi on continue de se battre?
Pourquoi plus de 30 ans plus tard?
Pour quelle raison qu'on ne se battrait pas? Se battrez-vous, vous autres, pour que quelque chose soit arrivé, de la part des choses dans notre famille?
Qu'est-ce qui vous motive encore, qui vous donne l'énergie, le courage?
Pardon?
Qu'est-ce qui vous donne le courage ou l'énergie de continuer à vous battre 30 ans?
Moi, ce qui me donne le courage, c'est que moi, j'ai toujours défendu le droit du monde. Moi, quand c'est que ça arrive quelque chose du monde, moi, quelque chose qu'on s'aperçoit qu'il y a des crimes contre des personnes, moi, j'étais toujours là pour défendre ça. Pourquoi pas défendre ma famille pour moi-même, autant?
Vous avez quel âge, Jackie? Quel âge?
Pardon?
Vous avez quel âge maintenant?
J'ai 79 ans.
Comment vous avez su qu'il était encore vivant, l'ancien ministre?
Moi, j'ai su qu'il était vivant, c'est juste par chance. C'est que j'ai été demandé d'aller expliquer dans le Restigouche, d'expliquer pourquoi que je disais que le parc de Chibougac était illégal. Et puis, quand ce que c'est que j'ai pu expliquer ça, il y a quelqu'un qui est venu chez nous par après, qui portait le même nom comme le ministre Boudreau. Et puis, à ce moment-là, j'ai demandé s'ils connaissaient le ministre Roland Boudreau. Puis ils m'ont dit oui. Ben, j'ai dit, il est mort quelques années passées. Ils m'ont dit non, il est tout vivant. In my discovery, 1995, we found out a lot of things there too, because it was said by the government lawyer at the time that this other lawyer was the one who gave the warrant to the sheriff. It seems odd that he'd be the one giving the warrant to the sheriff instead of the judge himself, because on the warrant it explains, this is your order. You know, if I give you an order, I'm giving it to you. I don't think I passed on someone else, you know.
Well, it depends on how things were going. But you're talking about a liberal conspiracy to get you off land that the conservatives had let you stay on. That's what you're saying. And who in the Liberal Party was there at the time? People like Alan Graham, the Premier's father? Was he in there at the time?
Possibly so. Possibly so. We don't know. I can't name names. I have a few names. I'm not going to let them out at this time. But there's some names that I have.
Vous avez dit que l'ancien ministre n'avait pas signé, mais est-ce qu'il aurait autorisé quelqu'un à le faire à sa place?
Absolument pas. Selon lui, non. Il n'a jamais autorisé personne. Et puis, il n'aurait jamais fait lui-même non plus.
Just one last question, Jackie. Ultimately, what would you like to see happen? Is there any chance you could get your land back at this point? Would that ultimately be what you want?
I don't know. The thing is that I think the only way is a Royal Commission would clear the whole matter up. And I think it's, what has happened, I think it asks for a Royal Commission, successor did.
Who would be responsible for that? Is that the provincial government or the federal government that would do a royal commission?
Oh, I believe it's the federal government. I believe it's the federal government that has to launch the
But you want to see these people brought up on charges eventually, the people that you're
absolutely,
alleging that-
absolutely. We went through, me and my family, you know, when you're outside somewhere, you know, in Moncton or wherever, you don't know what happens and how it goes on, through things, you know, like that. We went through an awful lot. You know, it's hard to be able to describe it. You know, it's hard even to try to remind oneself. No, what has to happen, because it's organized crime, there's no doubt about it, because the minister responsible for applying for the eviction was not even in the province, and the premier was not in the province. So what happens? They organize. It's organized. It had to be organized, and they organized it, and they did what. So the premier, when he came back, he called me. I was at the motel at the time. He called me and said that he was only aware of the matter after it came back.
Yeah.
Right? And the minister Roland would go the same. He called me and said that he had done it. I couldn't believe them at the time.
Yeah.
The reason why I couldn't believe them was because I thought it was government. I thought it was government that had to